wherever you're hearing my voice from. Daloni asinken jogeni keneono. Bamiano kunu si so ono ainebo Enuani Cultural Forum. Today, I posted a very interesting topic which I would like you to be a part of. I posted a topic that discusses the meaning of the word Onitsha, and I would like you to be a part of it. I explained what the word Onitsha means, and I would like you to add your voice to it. Meaning of the word Onitsha. I explained it very exhaustively, so I would like you to add your voice to it. Let us know what you think is the meaning or what it means in your own dialect of the Igbo language. Let us know what it means in your own dialect of the Igbo language. I explained exhaustively what it means, the word Onitsha. So in your own dialect of the Igbo language, explain what you think it means. I'll be waiting to read your comments and contribution. So this live broadcast is to find out from you, my audience, and even take questions from you, what you think is the meaning of the word Onitsha. I explained that in Igbo language, my own dialect of the Igbo language, and we have two communities that bear the name Onitsha. Oyu Ubuluku Kembo. I am from Ubuluku in western part of Igbo land. And in my own community of Ubuluku, one of the oldest communities in the then Midwestern region. In this part of Western Igbo land, Ubuluku stands prominent as one of the most ancient communities. So, in Ubuluku, we have two big villages that bear the name Onitsha. We have Onichuku, which is the big Onitsha. We have Onichope, which is Onitsha, that belongs to Ukbe. Manakowam, I explained that what Onitsha means in my part of Igbo land, in my dialect of Igbo land, is Onocha, Ononocha. Oye Noanocha, the person has stayed aside, has lived apart from his or her lineage. When you live away from your lineage, you are described as Oye Nonocha, Onocha. Oye Nonocha is a person who lives away from his or her ancestral lineage. So, I'm asking you, what is your own community's way of explaining the meaning of the word Onocha? Ononocha, ndị nonocha, inonocha, nsine mmadụ nonocha, ya bụ na oyi oni ebifege, the person is living or staying away from his or her ancestral lineage. As you're watching this live broadcast, you can support us by giving us super thanks. I will also pin my details as the first comment so that if you have means of sending directly to our account to support us, you can do so. Be part of what we are doing. It costs a lot. It takes a lot of money to conduct research and bring to you, to your doorstep, to your fingertips. So, nyema akowa bụ nye isiokwu akpọ Ọnọnụcha pụsha. Wesne mmadụ nọ n'ụcha dịka ndị nọ n'akwụkwọ ofu abụọ ma mbalawa akpọ ndị Ọnịcha mmiri. Abụwe ụmụa eze Chima. Be eze Chima bi bụ na Ado tupu o ji jee n'idu jee nụa nọsịa n'idu ba nọ n'azịa n'ala Igbo. Eze Chima first stayed in Ado, then moved down to Idu before he now finally left after a conflict to return to his homeland. This explains thoroughly that he is an Igbo man. Otherwise, when he had conflict in Idu, he would have returned to Ado. But when there was conflict in Idu, instead of going back to Ado, he faced the eastern homeland. That is why they are called Ndi Ọnicha Ado Nidu Ụmụa Eze Chima. Why Weji Akpowe Ọnicha is because their father Eze Chima was buried in Obio. Yes. And then Their brothers, his brothers. Actually, when I say dear, I mean the children of Oheze, son of Chima. His brothers Olibo, Obio, and Ezichime, even Okpale. All these names are children of Chima. But Oheze's children decided to live apart. The first place they lived apart was called Onitsha, Ubo. Onitsha Ubo is they live apart in a place close to the farm. When they left there, some moved towards the river. They now call them Onochamiri. Ononochamiri. Those who are far away but close to the water. The village called Onitsha in Ubuluku, where they call Onichuku. If I list all the lineages in the Onichuku, all of them are living away from their ancestral lineage. Let me begin with Umuikemo Obolo. Umuikemo Obolo no Ubuluku. The ancestral home where the deity is installed is in Obego. They call that place Idumuomo in Obego. But these people have a small group of them living in Idumuilo at Onitsha. Ndị niile nọ n'Onitsha bụ ndị ọ bụ na apụ obi. When you live a bit distant from your ancestral lineage, you are called someone who lives in Onitsha. Have you ever heard this meaning of the word Onitsha? Some people told me that it means Onitsha, like when you look down on something. That doesn't have any explanation in Enuani. I am privileged to have lived with Enuani people of old and of this generation. So some words in Enuani that are even extinct. As you're watching this video, kindly share to your audience. Kindly share. If you're seeing this video, we have 20 people actively watching it. Please share to your audience. Share to your audience. Share. So that we can have more people online while I explain what I am explaining. Apologies, I'm sweating. It's a very sunny day. It's a very sunny day today in Asaba. I'm making this video in Asaba, in a very cool location actually, but I'm a type of person that sweats so much, so I'm sweating. Mark Ekwemoha. Hi, Mike. Welcome on board. Thank you so much. Mike, please share this video to your audience so that people can join, more people can join. In fact, let me share it to my own audience. Let me share to our Facebook page. Please bear with me while I share to our Facebook so that we can try. Okay, now we are back. I'm doing my best to share. Thank you so much, my brother Mark Ekwemoha. My brother Goodness Echo. Is it my brother or my sister? Kedu? Or the mom, my sister. I'm trying to throw more light because when I did my explanations of my video, somebody said I need to still further explain. So I want to further explain the meaning of the word Onitsha. I say na ani Igbo na asusu Igbo na mmadu nọ n'Ọcha. That means the person is staying apart. The person is staying away, apart. When someone stays apart, the person can be described as Oye Onitsha. When people stay away, we call them Ndi Onitsha. Now you can now call them Ndi Onitsha. I don't know if you understand the logic. When one person stays apart, we can call that person Oye Onitsha. When they are many, we say Ndi Onitsha. When they come towards us and we want to tell them, so we can say Ndi Onitsha. Ndi Onitsha. Ndi Onitsha. That word can now effectively, correctly be shortened as Ndi Onitsha. Ndi Onitsha. Ndi Onitsha kwebo. The people who stay apart. Any name you hear, anybody you hear that bears the name, I put it to you now as a listener, as somebody who is also from Igbo land. Some of you are very much older than me. I'm a young person. Some I'm also older than you. If you know any Onitsha that is indigenous to where they are living, kindly let me know. It will help me also to correct this idea that I got from research. Most communities called Onitsha are migrants to wherever they are. Their ancestral lineage is always in a distant place, but they choose to go to that place and stay. That is why the name comes up. Some also think the name is a parent name and then they take it along with them. Onitsha Okpe no Buluku belongs to Okpe. Okpe is a son of Ezemu who lived apart from his royal quarters, royal lineage. He stayed in that place called Okpe after a conflict between him and his brother Osume. It happened that Ezemu bequeathed his pot of charm to Okpe. Ezemu had the powers to unalive somebody and bring the person back to life. Ezemu Buluku, you can type the name Ezemu. It's a general knowledge. Is a mystical person, a person of unmatched marksmanship when it comes to hunting and herbal practice. His name is known all over Western Igbo land, up to Benin. His name is even immortalized in the palace of the Oba of Benin, Ezemu of Ubuluku. Now, Ezemu bequeathed his pot of charm to his son, Okpe, who was not the first son, actually. And Okpe practiced that charm of Ibuma Dokpotoyo on a son of Okpe, but could not revive that son. So there was conflict between the two. Okpe now lived far away. Where he lived is now called Onitsha. Okpe now lived in Onitsha. Okpe biri in Onitsha. Where not in Onitsha, the person is staying away from his or her ancestral lineage. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please, I'm begging you, kindly do so and share our video. That's one of the ways you can support us. You can also support us by giving us super thanks here. We are sharing knowledge with you. We also want to learn from you. If you have any other meaning that is logically tested of the word Onitsha, say it here, I will read it out and also learn from you. Hi, Chumako Aluminium. It's nice to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining this live broadcast. Please, we have 32 people watching, so we should have 32 shares. That is my opinion. Please share this video, share this live stream, share it to your audience. I want to have more people online while I'm explaining the meaning of the word Onitsha. Somebody said in my video that I posted, that is actually our last video for the week, that I should explain more on Onitsha. It's named Onitsha. Onitsha. Onitsha is a person that lives away from the ancestral lineage. Anybody that stays away from the ancestral lineage, no Onitsha. Let me leave lineage. Let me just say we're having a meeting and we are seated somewhere. A few people decide to stay away from where we are seated. I can ask them, oh yeah, kikune emezi n'ụcha, bashani, biasola, I don't know. Poshani n'ụcha, anone n'ụcha. Onitsha is somebody that is staying away from his or her ancestral lineage. Ndị Onitsha are people who are staying away from the ancestral lineage. That is just the direct, simple explanation from Igbo to English. If you have any other meaning of the word, kindly let me know. Let me read a few comments. Please contribute. Say hi if you are watching. Let me know that I have people. I have 36 people watching this live broadcast. I have 3 likes. If you're watching, please like the video. It will help to improve its engagement. If you're watching, please like the video. If you're also watching, please share the video. If you also have a question to ask. If you have knowledge to contribute, do so. We are all learning Igbo history and Igbo culture. What we are treating today is the meaning of the word on Onitsha. Different versions. Somebody has said before that our father and brother, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, explained the meaning of the word Onitsha in his book, The Odyssey, when he said his grandmother told him that when they came to live in the place they presently stay, you know, the people of Onitsha, Adonidu, are children of Oheze, who is a son of Chima. Now, they moved from Ado in present-day Ekiti State to Edo, that is Idu, before they came to this present location. And like I said earlier, when Ezemu na Idu, he would have returned to Ado because it was from Ado. Sorry for that network interruption. Like I said, today we are looking at the meaning of the word Onitsha, Onitsha. And I want you to contribute to the discussion. What do you think is the meaning of the word Onitsha? I've explained from my own angle. And as I was trying to say, that our brother and father, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, in his book, The Odyssey, explained because Ndi Onitsha, he was the Owele of Onitsha. Owele is a palace chief who is in charge of the courtiers, who, let me not explain too much before we derail, but he was the Owele of Onitsha. Now, as Owele of Onitsha, he has knowledge of history and culture of Onitsha people. So he explained that his grandmother told him that Onitsha is a word to describe how they perceive the people they met on that side of the river Niger, or how they perceive them scornfully. Onitsha, the way they looked at them, Onitsha. That explanation does not hold water in terms of describing what the word means, not judging innuendos. What the word Onitsha means is very direct and straightforward. The person who is living apart, who is staying away, Oyepobi, if you want to change the word. And all the Onitsha that I know are people who are staying away from their ancestral lineage. I mentioned here today that we have two big Onitsha in Ubuluku. We have Idumu Onitsha as well in Ogwash. We have in Ogwash. Those Idumu Onitsha people are people from a different place, living in a different place. The ones in Ubuluku are more than 5 different lineages from a different place, living in a different place. That is not the ancestral home. That is not the ancestral home. That is not the ancestral home. In Onitsha of Ubuluku, we have Umojibade. That is not the ancestral home. Knowledge, true knowledge, especially when it is historical knowledge, is best tested when there are many people backing it up, when there are many people affirming it and reaffirming it. I believe by the comments we will get here, we'll be able to learn more, but I've explained from my own understanding and research what the word Onitsha means. And I hope this video is made to go viral so that people can stop misrepresenting what it means and know that Onitsha is an Igbo settlement. The names of Chima's children are Igbo names. All of them from A to Z. The only one whose name is maybe contended to mean a Bini word is Ovio. And that is where he was buried. All his children's names are Igbo names. So Onitsha as a word is strictly, purely an Igbo word, not Bini word, not a Gala word, a Bini word. And there are more than 20 Onitsha communities in Igbo land, Western Igbo land, Eastern Igbo land. in Western Igbo land, you have Onitsha. Onitsha people will tell you that no, you're Onitsha, no Igbo. And I will laugh at the person. We have a friend, a very popular friend, because he's a flutist. He said, no, you're Onitsha, no Igbo. So, Onitsha is an Igbo word. If the name of your community is Igbo word, invariably you are from an Igbo community, and there's nothing you can do about it. I've seen a few people, because I'm a researcher, I go to communities. I've seen a few communities that changed their name on paper. They still continue to call them that their main name till tomorrow. There are things you cannot change. Chooks Josephs, thank you so very much. Is it true that Onitsha migrated to this present place? Yes, they did. I've explained it earlier. Onitsha migrated with their father, the father of all these people. They call them Chima. Not Ezekimi, as some revisionists who try to twist history. Chima was a prominent chief in Anidu. The Esoba of Benin Kingdom, Chief Edisiri, described him as Aniyase of Benin. He said there was a period when the position of the Iyase in Benin was vacant for a very long time. For a period of up to 50 years, the position of Iyase of Benin was vacant. That's the time of the reign of Oba Orobwa. And Oba Orobwa invited his friend, an Igbo man. That was how he described it. He described him as an Igbo man, Chima, and conferred on him the Iyase title. Now you will see Benin people telling you to check the list of Iyases of Benin, that Chima was not Iyase. They may have a point because it's a historical document, but their historical sources say that Chima was a prominent chief in Benin, who even attempted to succeed the Oba of Benin. Because as I keep saying, Anidu is a place where the Igbo-speaking people and other ethnic groups lived. No matter how people want to disagree with it, traces of Igbo language continue to exist in Benin language, such that when Chima left because of disagreements, the greeting Lavieze, which is greeted to Chima and his lineage, is still the greeting of the Iyases of tomorrow. Today and tomorrow, the Lavieze is a greeting in Benin. So why did the greeting stay? How did Eze as a greeting enter their lineage? Lineage, ancestral traditional greetings of Benin. You have Lavieze after Chima. So Chima returned to present-day Western Igbo land to found all the Chima clan. You find them in Okwani, as many places as you can think of, different communities. Iseluku, Onitsha, Onichubo, Obio, Ezi, Obompa, all these communities are descendants of Chima. So Oheze, son of Chima, died while Chima was still alive. So his children attempted to take over their father's throne, but they refused. Since he died while his father was alive, there's no way he would be allowed to become the Okpala. Their children will be allowed to take over their father's throne, since Oheze died while the father was alive. So the rest children, Odibo is the last son. Some versions say he's the second son. Last, if he was the second son and he became the Okpala, why was Chima not buried in Iseluku? Chima was buried in Obio. So this places Obio at a prominent position. He who owns the thing doesn't make noise. When you go to the entrance of Onichubo, you will see head of Chima clan. When you go to the entrance of Iseluku, see head of Chima clan. Who is then the head? Obio doesn't even claim to be the head, but that's where Chima was buried, and it is not disputed. So, to answer your question, my brother, it was the children of Oheze who crossed over to the place called Onitsha and inhabited. So yes, they came from a different place. That is why you will also see some people say they are not Igbos. They are Igbos. That they are returning Igbos doesn't mean they are no longer Igbos. They are Igbo-speaking people. They are Igbo people. by language, by culture, by everything. Your father's name is an Igbo name. His culture, Igbo culture, all the statues of Ezechima that I have seen, they are dressed up as an Igbo man. The one in Obio, the one in Iseluku, the one in Onitsha, all of them are dressed up as an Igbo man. You can say, how did Ada and Eben come in? We had what is called influence. Influence is different from somebody saying they founded the community. You didn't found the community, you may have influence. We also had influence over you, because if we didn't have influence, I won't be explaining to you that there's a greeting called Lawieze in Benin. That is influence of Igbos over Benin. Most of the artifacts are bearing Igbo names. Most of the artifacts are bearing Igbo names. We have Okoko there as an artifact. We have the major shrine or deity as Onoku. Onoku is in Okwani, in Western Igbo land, not in Benin. Okay, so we have 85 people watching. Wow, this is good. Thank you so much for sharing this video. Please continue sharing it. We're explaining the meaning of the word Onitsha. When we say that somebody, Onitsha, or a group of people in Onitsha, it means they are living at a settlement, at a location that is outside their homeland. That is a simple explanation for the word Onitsha. Ndi Onitsha, the group of people who live away from their homeland. Any group that lives away from their homeland, any group that bears the name Onitsha, definitely are not living in their homeland. They came from a place. I'm saying this as an informed knowledge because as a researcher, I have seen more than 20 Onitsha. All of them are migrant communities, and this is their this is the agreement that this is what the word Onitsha means. I'm watching from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Wow, Freetown. I wish I can tell you a little about Freetown, but it's a very interesting place. Not about the what you know. Okwoshu, no. The present, let me not go into it, please. God help me. Let me not go into it. Let me focus on why we are here. But my brother, watching from Freetown, Fire, Foray, it's so nice to have you on board. And I am well connected to Freetown. Most of us are as a community. One day I'll make a video to explain how we are connected to Freetown and Sierra Leone as a whole. So, we are trying to dissect the meaning of the word Onitsha. Please, if my brother, lighten, listening from Abidjan. Wow. It's so nice to have you on board. Abidjan is in Ivory Coast, I believe. It's so nice to have you on board. All my brothers, if you are in Abidjan, you are in Sierra Leone. That's what Onitsha means. Onitsha means those who are living away from their homeland. It doesn't make you less Igbo. All my children, I gave birth to them in Asaba. And I don't think they will return to my hometown tomorrow and somebody says they are not from my hometown. They are certainly from there. Because they were not born there doesn't mean they are not from there. They speak our language, they bear our names. I don't give English names. So, certainly, we are all from Igbo land. It does not reduce your being Igbo. You are still 100% Igbo, for Igbo. So if you're seeing this video, please kindly share. My brother listening from Germany, Ifeanyi Chukwu Ibe. Ifeanyi Chukwu, my brother, let me share an interesting story with you. There are some people from Eka, very near here. I'm making this video in Asaba, the capital of Delta State. There are some people in Eka whose names are Ifeanyi Chukwu, and they will say they are not Igbo. Why are they saying they are not Igbo? Because they believe their ancestors did not migrate from the east to where they are, therefore they are not Igbos. Is it not laughable? So if somebody is born in Norway, the person will say he's not Igbo. After all, he was born in Norway. So it's just very funny. Ndukwe Emmanuel, hi. It's so nice to have you on board. Jejechi Debere, go ahead. Thank you so much, everyone. Please, I'm encouraging you to please share this video. We have hit 92 people watching this video live. I'm so excited. This is the most I've had of people being online watching video. Maybe because today is a Sunday. Bikoni, share this video. Also ask questions in this comment section. You can see I'm actively reading out comments and answering you. That is best way to test knowledge, to put it out there so that people can question it. If you have any question as to why I said that no Onitsha, Onitsha, that's what it means. Very straightforward. No abbreviations. If I also come to a meeting and we are gathered in a group, I'm Enrique Suwe. Kikunu emezi n'ụcha, pụshani n'ụcha, pụshani n'ụcha. Kikunu nọzi ụcha eme pụani n'ụcha. Ndị ọnụcha pụani o, ka anyị taa ịta, ka anyị kpaa nkata dịka ụmụnne na ụmụnne. Ndị ọnya agbasizie ya bụ ụcha, pụsha. Ya bụ ịnụ na mmadụ bụ ndị ọnụ n'ụcha, mana ndị ọnụ bụ ndị ọbụla. For one reason or the other, they are living away from their homeland. There's a reason why. Most times it can be for a good reason. For instance, there's a man called Osajugo who migrated from Okpanam to my hometown and lived. It was not Osajugo that migrated, it was his father Alo. So when they started having children, the Osajugo did not have children. Abo Jaffa, Afa Abasia ya bife, ya je biano soba afiade. So he moved away from his father's ancestral lineage and stayed in a place close to a market and had his children. If his children decide that the name of their quarter is now Onitsha, or people call them Ndin Onitsha, they are not wrong because he has moved away from his ancestral quarter. People don't like it, but sometimes it comes from a traditional spiritual instruction. Sometimes someone can be asked to move away from his father's place to another place, start up a new settlement. Such people are qualified to be called Ndi Onitsha. It is because the white man doesn't have the right alphabets, the right letters of the alphabet to put down our names. That is why there's misspelled a lot of names of different communities. Communities like Ibozo, Igbo Binuzo, Ibuzo, Ibouzo is the name. It is spelled like this, I-B-U-S-A, Ibusa. Is that not funny? Communities like Ogwashi, Ogwanshi, Uku, Ogwanshi, Uku. Some call it Ogwahe, Ogwanshi, Ogwanri. Any of these names are written like Ogwashi, Uku. Places like Obuluku, U-B-U-L-U, U-K-W-U, Ubuluku is spelled as Ubuluku, U-K-U. There are so many of them that are misspelled. Places like Abo is well pronounced and spelled. Abo means the same thing. Abo means the same thing in Igbo land. A valley that has water in it, or a stock. Depending on the context you are using it, Abo has different meanings. I'm not diverting, no, I'm not digressing. I am still holding on to the topic that this is the meaning of the word. Do you know the meaning of the word Onitsha? I was just trying to give examples of different communities that were named wrongly. Ashabam, I have chosen well. Ahabam, I have chosen well is the name of Asaba. Either call it Ahabam or Ashabam. Some call it Ashaba till tomorrow. My grandmother, there's nothing you will explain to her and she will call here Asaba or Ahaba. She calls it Ashaba. Because it is believed that when Nebisi came here, he said, Ahabagum, I have chosen well. He moved from Nteje in Anambra State to this present place. And he exclaimed, Ahabagum, I have chosen well. So they call here Ahabam, Ahaba. White man calls it Asaba, and that became the name. There are so many. So Onitsha, Onitsha is Onitsha, Onicha. The same thing, just difference of spelling, the same pronunciation. Onitsha. Onitsha is Onicha. So assuming they knew how to spell it, it would have just been Onitsha, 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 Ndị Onitsha, Onicha. By law of when two vowels come together in Igbo language, you remove one. So we have 86 people on board. Please, these 86 people currently watching this video, can you please kindly like the video or share it to your audience? Please, these 86 active people watching this video, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. These 86 people watching this video, give me a thumbs up. Please also share the video to your audience. If you have the means to give us super thanks, kindly do so. Support what we are doing. Support what we are doing. Governments invest billions in historical research because they know what history means. A lot of treasures can be concealed in history. The greatest treasure is you discovering yourself. As Socrates said, he said, man, know thyself and thy ways. If you know your history, you have solved one problem. Any man or woman who knows his history, any man or woman that knows his or her history has solved one problem. Problem of who am I? Where am I from? You are now left with where am I going? History usually repeats itself. So if you are a student of history, there are some mistakes you will never make because people have made that mistake. Your own is just to come and avoid it, or you do something differently, not to repeat the same mistake that people have made. So people who know history, it's hard for them to repeat mistakes. The people who also removed history from our curriculum for a while knew what they did. Some of them are not proud of their past. So the best they could do is to remove history so that nobody will know about that their past. We are proud of our history. There's a lot to be proud of as an Igbo person. We are very, very proud of our historical heritage. Please, I want to plead with you. If you are not a subscriber of this channel and you're seeing my video, please, if what we are doing interests you, kindly subscribe to this channel. This is a channel that promotes the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people, no matter where those Igbo people are found. Whether it is Igbo people outside the 13 states where Igbo people are indigenous, or even outside the country in Jamaica, North Carolina, West Virginia, anywhere Igbo people are found, in Haiti, anywhere Igbo people are found that identify as Igbos, we promote them. And we want to be a part of them. Recently, we held a conference of Igbo Zari Igbo, Olu Nandida. It was held here in Okpanam, Delta State. And Igbo-speaking people from over 13 states attended it. Because it was also beamed live, we have people who are Igbos from every part of the world join the conference. It was historic. It is our second conference, but it was historic. We had Chukwuemeka, Eze Chukwuemeka, the Ezenri in attendance. We had so many traditional rulers, but it wasn't about traditional rulers. It was about Igbo people identifying together as one so that we can have a common voice, not a political voice, but a voice that identifies and affirms their Igbo-ness. Because our people after the Civil War were either intimidated or coerced to start denying their Igbo identity, so that you will see somebody who is from an Igbo lineage and heritage. Ask them if they are Igbo. They will say, no, I am not Igbo. What is your name? They will tell you an English name. Pry them very further, and you will see that they bear Igbo names. Ask them the name of their father, Igbo names. Ask them the name of their great-great-grandfathers, Igbo names. So what we are doing is to promote the Igbo culture. And today, we looked at the meaning of the word Onitsha, Onitsha. Onitsha. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? Thank you so much for joining today's broadcast, and I encourage you to please subscribe to our channel, kindly share our videos, and engage with them. I've seen all the many engagements here, and I pray they drop. Let me read some comments because I've seen some comments dropped here. Sierra Leone is the only country in West Africa that bears people with DNA from countries like Nigeria, Gambia. That is very, very true. What other parts of Igbo land bears Onitsha as a name? Wow, that means you have not been following this broadcast. I explained that my community, I'm from Ubuluku. Ubuluku is in Onitsha South local government area of Delta State. This my response is going to Lazago, my brother. Oyu Ubuluku Kembo. Ibiana Ubuluku. I'm Onichuku. I'm Onichope. Ibiana Ogwashi. I'm Idumu Onitsha. Ibiana every community nwere Onitsha. Then on the communities in the urban, their main name is Onitsha. We have Onichubo, we have Onicholona, we have Onichuku. So we have so many Onitsas. So we have Onitsha in Ebonyi State. We have in Okwani. We have Onitsha everywhere in Igbo land. Aside from the main Onitsha family that you know. If I Chuku watching from Yenegua, wow, if I Chuku, it's nice to have you on board. Please, my brother, you are good. Igbo Mandalo. Okay, so my brother who is talking about Sierra Leone, I wanted to talk about Sierra Leone and I paused, but let me do so now. The present king of Ubuluku Kingdom, so far, his name is Obi Noah Chukwuka and Yemeze of Ubuluku Kingdom. His mother is from Sierra Leone and his father is from Ubuluku. So he can say he is 50% a Sierra Leonean. So that's the connection with us and Sierra Leone, my community at least. There is also Ahaba in Abia State. Yes, there is also Ogwashi in Anambra State. Let me continue. These people that deny that they are not Igbos, if I see them, I'll just be laughing. I am Olufunke. I lived and schooled in Aba for only 5 years as a child, but I speak and understand the Igbo language. I love the journey to inform us about our cultural heritage. Thank you, Olufunke. God bless you, Olufunke Idowu. Now, there's a lot of historical relationship between the Yorubas and the Igbos. Even if today you see them online quarreling and fighting, I don't know what causes that. Maybe lack of knowledge of history. There are so many Igbo people in Yoruba land, not as migrants, indigenous Igbo people in Yoruba land. Of course, in my community, we have people that went to Yoruba land for what we call Olu Igbo, white collar job. They did not return till today because of the way they feel at home. That is between us and Yoruba. The hatred between Igbos and Yoruba maybe started during the Civil War. By what you guys say, Awolowo did this, Awolowo will say this one did that. All those party political hatred is very new. It's not historical at all. Olufunke, I extend love. Okay, you see, somebody is also commending you because what you said is true. There's a narrative of a lady that has lived in my community for a long time, a Benin woman. When people finished reading it, the post went viral. Okay, so I've successfully read and reacted to the comments that I have received. Please, if you are watching this video has over, at a time we had close to 100 people watching live, but we presently have 14 likes. Please do me a favor by liking this video. That is the first step. Like the video. Please encourage us, support us by liking this video. It will help to improve its engagement on the algorithm. Please like the video. I would like this knowledge to go viral for people to know the real meaning of the word Onitsha. Onitsha, Onitsha, ndị Onitsha, ndị Onitsha are people who live away from their ancestral lineage. If you know any Onitsha that is living in their ancestral lineage, you let me know. Whether it's Onitsha Ugbo, Onitsha Ukwe, Onitsha Okpe, Onitsha Ukwane, any Onitsha that you know that is that place is their ancestral lineage. They did not migrate from anywhere. Kindly let me know. So that is it. I think we are done here. I've been able to sufficiently explain this, and I hope to see more comments, the ones that I have not seen. If a comment later drops here, I will be very glad to attend to it. And I will also make sure that this video is downloaded, cut in bits, and also reposted, so that people who could not join live can also be a part of this knowledge. Maybe that will be a few days after today, so that it will have successfully uploaded. It takes a lot of time to upload YouTube videos that are live streamed. Daalụnị, Chukwu ya gọzie unu ka unu si akwado anyị n'ụlọ n'Igbo Enuani Cultural Forum. Ụbọchị ọzọ a ma ewepụcha isiokwu dị iche anyị ga-enebanye anya. Mị na anyị ga-awụ inebanye anya ka anyị si nebanye anya na nke tata. We have successfully spent close to 50 minutes analyzing and dissecting this topic. And I would want to take a bow. But I want to thank you first for joining this live broadcast and making it worth the while for me. Daalụnị, Chukwu ya gọzie unu ka unu si akwado Enuani Cultural Forum. Please share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and support us financially. It is your strength that will make us very, very strong. Our 53 active people online, please like and share this video. Thank you. I'm about to take a leave. I'm checking if there's any new comments. There is also Onitsha in Benue State. Wow. Wow. Far away Benue State. When people say that, what about Igbo people in Guinea, Equatorial Guinea? Yes, there are Igbo people in Equatorial Guinea. Some went there during the Civil War because we had a refugee crisis. Some also were there before the Civil War. There are Igbo people in Gabon. In fact, we have had a president of Gabon who is an Igbo man. You can fact check all this. We've had a president from Igbo extraction who is a president of Gabon. We have so many prominent Igbo people all over the world. Daalụnị, Chukwu ya gọzie unu. Please like this video to encourage us. Use your like button. Give us a thumbs up. Support us as well. $1 is something. 1 cent is something. $100 is something. $1,000 is also something. It's worth it. And it's worth the while. What we are doing deserves to be encouraged because we are doing it based on our personal resources. We don't have any government funding or grants to support history. In fact, the teaching of history in school, either they twist the curriculum or they ensure that it is totally removed from the curriculum. But we are bringing history here raw. Please support us in any way you can. Support us financially. Give us super thanks. Share our videos, comment on them, engage with them. Ask questions and even teach us where you feel we are getting it wrong so that we can get it right. There's a comment that just dropped. Let me check. I'm trying to send you $10, but I didn't know what's wrong with my card. Send me your Nigerian account. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that after this live stream, I'm going to look for my Nigerian account details and place it here as a comment. I'm going to put it here as a comment. Okay, so I've seen the option for me to pin a message. I've seen the option for me to pin a message. So I'm going to search for my account details and then pin here as a comment. When I pin it, you will see it. And then if you have anything to give us, you can do so. Okay, so it seems I have pinned your comment, my brother. Okay, let me leave it there. I will later respond to this your comment that I have pinned. I will later respond to it with my Nigerian account details. I want to thank you so much for starting this because I know a lot of people will take after you. Arinze King, thank you so much, Arinze. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you all for supporting Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of Igbo people all over the world. I'm about to take a leave. Arinze, you will see my response. Thank you. God bless you, sir.